Hello, my name is Alexandru Sancescu. I'm a data analyst at btProvider and Tableau Certified Associate. Today, I want to show you how you can construct a dumbbell chart or DNA chart, whichever name you prefer, by using Tableau. DNA charts or dumbbell charts are useful alternatives to stack bar charts, pie charts, sometimes even line charts, depending on the scope of the visualization. And they're good for comparing 2 to 3 KPIs between them, or comparing the same KPI across a certain dimension, like for instance region. So we'll start off from a scenario and do both cases. So let's start our scenario and let's look at region and state. And I want to compare within each state my average versus my median profit. So I'll bring measure values onto columns. This brings me all my measures and their default aggregation. I'll change profit from a sum into an average, bring profit again, and change this one from a sum into a median. And now I can get rid of what I'm not interested, and we're left with my average and median profit. We can change the mark from a bar into a circle, and we can bring measure names, which is on detail here, onto color. And now we get the dots in blue average and in orange median. Now we need the line connecting the dots for each state. We can drag measure values again onto columns. This will give us the same visualization. Right click the second axis to dual axis to a synchronized axis. And now we need to change one of these two from a circle into a line. So we change this into a line. Tableau links for each KPI these states. We don't want that. We want these to be linked between them. So to do that, we bring measure names, which is on color here, onto path. And now we get the line linking our two KPIs. So what this tells me, for instance, is that for Texas, our median is 0.3, which means we have roughly the same orders, the same distribution of orders, because the median is close to 0. But our negative orders are much larger than our profitable orders. That's why the average is negative. Okay, so this is comparing two KPIs between them. What if we wanted to compare the same KPI within, let's say, a segment? I'll call this comparing KPIs. And now we can duplicate this. And let's say I want to compare my profit ratio for each region and state, broken down by segment. Let's create a calculated field for our profit ratio. And it'll be sum of profit divided by some sales. I'll use measure values here because I already have them, so I'll bring profit ratio into it and remove the other two. And now I'm left with profit ratio in both axes. Tableau does a nice line chart across all states. Good. Now we need to bring segment into the visualization. So what we'll do is we'll bring segment for a line onto path. And now we'll bring segment for our circles onto color. And now we're comparing my segments across all states by profit ratio. So I'm seeing that, for instance, for Illinois, we get negative profit ratios, but the corporate segment has a huge profit ratio compared to the other two. And we can also see things like here, for instance, in Oregon. We see that home office has negative profit ratio, so does consumer, but corporate actually is positive. So maybe still more corporate. And here we can save the state if we don't sell anymore for office and corporate and only sell for consumer. Profit ratio is small. Maybe tweak a bit the discount. Okay, so these are the two use cases for dumbbell charts. Actually, not use cases. Two modes of constructing them in Tableau via multiple KPIs or the same KPIs. Thank you for your time, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask us.